Maybe around the middle of next year, second half of next year sometime.
When Elon Musk takes the stage, the world tends to listen. But this time, he didn't unveil a futuristic car, a rocket bound for Mars, or even an AI-powered robot. Instead, what captured the public's imagination was something much smaller, and yet potentially much bigger in its impact. The Tesla tiny house. Measuring just 250 square feet, roughly the size of a single-car garage, this compact dwelling represents Tesla's bold new step into sustainable housing, and perhaps a redefinition of what home means in the modern world. It all started quietly at Tesla's Nevada Gigafactory, where the company began producing what they internally called casita. The name might sound like a typo for casa, meaning home, in Spanish, but it's fitting because this little creation carries the heart of a revolution. With a starting price of just $7,999, the Tesla tiny house costs less than one of Tesla's own vehicles. And yet, it's packed with the same philosophy of design efficiency, sustainability, and innovation that built the company's reputation. Elon Musk presented it as more than a product. It was a statement. People shouldn't have to choose between affordability and sustainability, he said during the reveal. This house gives them both. To Musk, housing is one of humanity's most pressing crises, one often ignored amid the glamour of cars and space exploration. With the Tesla tiny house, he hopes to provide a tangible solution to that crisis, a path toward owning a home without mortgaging one's entire future. It's not Musk's first encounter with small living. 2 years earlier, he had famously lived in a $40,000 prefab tiny home near SpaceX's launch facility in Texas. It was his experiment in minimalist living, and as it turns out, a prototype for a much larger idea. I wanted to test how little space I really needed to feel comfortable, he said. Turns out, not much. That realization became the spark that ignited the Tesla tiny house project, a blend of personal experience and corporate vision. The idea seems simple. Build homes that are affordable, efficient, and easy to own. But Tesla being Tesla, simplicity hides complexity. Behind the minimalist design lies an intricate system of technology, automation, and logistics that turns each house into a product, not a construction project. You don't hire builders or contractors. You order it through the Tesla app, the same way you might configure a Model 3. Select your layout, choose your upgrades, place the order, and within weeks, your home is manufactured, shipped, and installed. It's housing as a service, streamlined and transparent. The affordability, of course, is what first catches people's attention. For under $8,000, Tesla promises a ready-to-live unit, no hidden costs, no permits to chase, no construction surprises. The price includes manufacturing, transportation, and installation. Even land isn't a barrier because Tesla offers plots under its management free for the first 2 years. It's a remarkable inversion of traditional real estate economics, where land typically costs far more than the house itself. Here, Tesla flips the equation. The home is the centerpiece, while the land becomes an accessory. The logistics are equally efficient. Each home is built in modular form, compacted to a 6 by 2.6 meter shape for easy transport. Delivery happens via Tesla's semi-truck fleet, or internationally through standard shipping containers. Once on site, the home unfolds and assembles in mere hours. Robotic precision ensures that every module, from structural panels to wiring conduits, fits perfectly, with minimal human labor needed. In 3 hours or less, you could go from an empty lot to a livable home, complete with plumbing, electrical systems, and even solar integration pre-installed. Tesla's manufacturing advantage plays a huge role here. At the Nevada plant, automated robots cut, press, and assemble each structural piece with near-zero error margins. The walls, for instance, are made of high-strength steel frames sandwiched with composite panels, each pressed under 262,000 pounds of force. Between those layers lies EPS foam insulation, ensuring not just thermal comfort, but also soundproofing. The result is a module that's as durable as it is lightweight. A Tesla tiny house weighs around 5,600 pounds, sturdy enough to survive transportation, but light enough to relocate if you ever want a change of scenery. Durability isn't an afterthought. Each structure is rated to last 20 years before any major maintenance is required. Panels resist mold, corrosion, and water damage. They're fire-resistant too, able to withstand high temperatures without releasing toxic fumes. In tests, the house endured simulated storms, floods, and snow loads with minimal wear. Of course, it's not indestructible. Tesla engineers are clear about that. But the design significantly reduces the risks and repair costs associated with traditional housing. Step inside, and the magic becomes tangible. Despite its 250 square feet, the Tesla tiny house feels far larger than it looks. That's thanks to a ceiling height of nearly 9 feet, giving a sense of openness rarely found in small homes. The floor plan is intelligently divided into 4 functional zones: a living area, a compact kitchen, a sleeping space, and a bathroom, each seamlessly connected yet visually distinct. It's the product of Tesla's design ethos: minimal, functional, and quietly luxurious. The living room sits near the main entrance, welcoming both sunlight and guests. A foldable sofa converts into an extra bed for visitors, and a wall-mounted screen doubles as a television and smart home control hub. Hidden within the wooden floor panels are storage compartments and even a compact washer-dryer combo. Proof that no inch goes unused. The composite wood flooring helps regulate temperature, keeping the space warm in winter and cool in summer. The kitchen continues this philosophy of efficiency. Every essential appliance is built in: an induction stove, a refrigerator, a sink, and even a compact dishwasher. Overhead cabinets hide air vents and water filtration systems. There's also a bar-style counter with 2 stools, ideal for dining, working, or chatting with guests. The kitchen's modular design makes it possible to replace or upgrade individual parts without affecting the structure, a feature that long-term owners will appreciate. The bedroom area is where Tesla's design ingenuity shines. The main bed is a Murphy-style fold-away unit that disappears into the wall during the day, transforming the room into a workspace or exercise area. Built-in shelves and recessed lighting add a sense of sophistication. Despite the compactness, the room maintains a cozy personal feel, intimate, but not confining. The bathroom completes the ensemble. Separated by a frosted glass door, it features a standing shower, a modern sink, and a space-efficient toilet with an integrated bidet function. The materials are all anti-stain and antibacterial, reflecting Tesla's obsession with hygiene and low maintenance. Ventilation systems ensure humidity doesn't linger, preventing mold buildup, a common problem in tiny houses. And of course, Tesla includes its signature smart mirrors, displaying environmental stats and energy consumption right above the sink. What makes all of this possible is Tesla's mastery of prefabrication. Each house is built from standardized components, allowing for mass production without sacrificing individuality. Buyers can customize finishes, wall colors, and even add solar panels or Powerwall batteries for off-grid living. For an additional few $1,000s, your Tesla tiny house becomes a fully self-sustaining unit, capable of generating twice the electricity it consumes. Energy independence lies at the heart of the project. Every Tesla tiny house comes equipped with a $2 kilowatt rooftop solar array and an optional Powerwall storage system. In most conditions, that setup produces more than enough electricity for daily needs, including air conditioning, induction cooking, and even charging an electric vehicle. Through the Tesla app, homeowners can track energy flow in real time, adjusting usage for maximum efficiency. The same app also manages lighting, temperature, security cameras, and even the window shades. It's a seamless digital ecosystem, one that merges Tesla's automotive software DNA with domestic living. Water, too, is handled intelligently. A 1,000-liter freshwater tank supports daily needs, while a rainwater harvesting system atop the roof filters and stores clean water for extended independence. Wastewater is treated on-site using Tesla's proprietary closed-loop filtration module, a nod to Musk's Mars colonization ambitions. This system allows the house to operate completely off-grid without needing municipal connections. For those who prefer convenience, the home can still be connected to traditional utilities at minimal cost. And perhaps the most underrated aspect: freedom. Financial freedom. By removing mortgage pressure, utility bills, and property taxes, Tesla's housing concept reimagines wealth not as accumulation, but liberation. A Tesla tiny house owner can live anywhere, work remotely, travel with ease, and still call their home their own. It's an idea that resonates deeply with a generation burdened by housing costs and economic uncertainty. The promise isn't luxury. It's independence. The Tesla tiny house isn't just a shelter. It's a self-contained ecosystem designed to sustain itself and its occupants with minimal external input. Where traditional homes depend on grids, pipelines, and endless bills, Tesla's approach turns autonomy into a lifestyle. Every inch of the structure serves a purpose. Every system connects intelligently. It's sustainability in practice, not theory. The solar setup is the house's beating heart. A 2-kW solar array, seamlessly integrated into the roofline, captures sunlight even on cloudy days. Energy flows into the Tesla Powerwall, which stores enough electricity to power all daily needs for several days without recharge. When fully equipped, the home generates roughly twice what it consumes, meaning it can feed power back into Tesla's virtual grid, offsetting future costs. Owners can monitor everything through the Tesla app, where real-time dashboards display battery levels, consumption patterns, and efficiency scores. It's the same technology that powers Tesla vehicles, now reimagined for living spaces. But power is only one part of the sustainability story. Water, waste, and temperature management complete the cycle. The home's water system is deceptively simple, yet brilliantly engineered. A 1,000-liter tank supplies clean water for drinking, cooking, and bathing, while an advanced filtration layer purifies rainwater captured through the roof gutters. The multi-stage filter removes particulates, microbes, and chemicals, ensuring potable quality. Excess rainwater is stored or redirected to support gardening systems, another optional add-on that turns the Tesla tiny house into a micro-farm. Waste management follows the same closed-loop philosophy. Gray water from sinks and showers is filtered and reused for flushing or irrigation. The system's microreactor treats organic waste and minimizes odor, a subtle nod to Tesla's commitment to zero emissions even at the domestic scale. It's an elegant example of circular design. Nothing is wasted. Everything is reused. Of course, energy efficiency would mean little without control. That's where Tesla's ecosystem of intelligent automation comes into play. Inside, everything connects through a unified operating layer, the Tesla Smart Home app. This isn't a cluster of separate smart devices. It's a single system where energy, temperature, lighting, and even appliances communicate with each other. Lights dim automatically as sunlight floods in. Air conditioning slows down when windows open. The refrigerator syncs its defrost cycle with periods of excess solar energy. The app learns the user's patterns and optimizes consumption to preserve stored power. It's not just convenience, it's computational sustainability. Even more fascinating is the home's ability to adapt. With optional firmware updates, owners can enable new features much like they would in a Tesla car. Over time, the AI learns the occupants' routines, when they cook, sleep, or work, and adjusts environmental controls accordingly. On particularly hot days, the house pre-cools itself using excess solar energy before sunset. On cold nights, it channels stored heat to maintain comfort without drawing extra power. These micro-adjustments may seem minor, but combined, they can cut energy use by up to 30%. Financially, the implications are profound. Without a mortgage, property tax, or recurring energy bills, owners are left with one thing modern life often lacks: freedom. The Tesla tiny house isn't designed for accumulation. It's designed for liberation. For digital nomads, retirees, or anyone chasing simplicity, it represents a path toward financial independence. Musk himself described it as the ultimate off-grid lifestyle, powered by the sun, guided by data, and owned by you. Under the hood, Tesla's manufacturing process ensures that such freedom doesn't compromise quality. Every house component, from steel frames to composite panels, is built in-house. This vertical integration mirrors Tesla's automotive philosophy: control everything, outsource nothing. By fabricating its own walls, insulation, wiring, and plumbing, Tesla eliminates the inefficiencies of subcontractors and middlemen. The result is a reduction in cost and construction time, without cutting corners in design or durability. The entry-level model, priced at $7,999, includes essentials: structure, wiring, plumbing, and solar-ready capability. Higher trims introduce the Powerwall, advanced climate control, and luxury finishes, still at a fraction of the price of any comparable housing unit. That modular pricing echoes Tesla's car lineup. Start simple, upgrade when ready. And just like with vehicles, upgrades can be added later, not fixed at purchase. Yet beyond affordability, Tesla's true competitive edge lies in vision. Where most construction firms sell walls and roofs, Tesla sells a philosophy. Musk envisions neighborhoods not as sprawling suburbs, but as networks of independent, sustainable units, each home generating its own energy, sharing surplus through microgrids, communicating with local Teslas, and charging stations. A living ecosystem of sustainability. Imagine a world, Musk once said, where your home powers your car powers your community, and nothing ever goes to waste. It sounds utopian, but Tesla's track record suggests it's not fantasy. It's strategy. Still, the company isn't naive about the challenges. Tiny living isn't for everyone. While the materials are durable and the systems advanced, maintenance remains part of ownership. Over decades, walls may require resealing, floors refinishing, and joints reinforcement. Tesla offers optional service plans, kind of home care subscription, where technicians perform inspections every few years, replacing worn-out parts with factory-fresh modules. The modularity itself makes this easy. Panels can be detached and swapped without affecting the rest of the structure. Temperature regulation poses another obstacle. Though insulated, compact spaces heat and cool rapidly. Tesla's engineers designed dynamic airflow vents and reflective coatings to mitigate this, but extreme climates can still push the system. Owners in northern regions might need additional insulation layers. Those in deserts may install extra ventilation fans. It's a compromise inherent to minimal space. The smaller the shell, the more sensitive the environment. Privacy is another debated point. The open layout that makes the house feel spacious can also make it feel exposed. With every zone within a few steps, there's little room for solitude. Tesla's answer is modular expansion. Attach another unit, stack vertically, or extend sideways to create multi-room configurations. Two connected tiny houses can form a comfortable family home. Still, the default unit remains ideal for singles or couples, not larger households. Beyond the technical and logistical considerations, the biggest shift might be psychological. Living small requires a mental reprogramming, a new relationship with possessions, space, and consumption. Tesla subtly markets this change as a feature, not a limitation. The promotional materials highlight serenity, minimalism, and connection to nature, an antidote to clutter and chaos. You don't downsize your life, the ad reads. You right-size it. There's poetry in that message, and it resonates strongly in a time when people feel overwhelmed by debt and disconnected from nature. The Tesla tiny house invites a different rhythm, one where you can wake up to sunlight streaming through solar panels, brew coffee with self-generated power, and end the day knowing your footprint barely registers on the planet. It's sustainability made personal, quiet, and intimate. But the house is not a flawless miracle. Tesla openly acknowledges its limitations because the company thrives on iteration. Early adopters have reported minor condensation issues, limited storage, and the occasional software glitch in the smart home app. Tesla's response follows its usual pattern: collect data, patch software, and release hardware updates in the next batch. Like its cars, each model year of the tiny house learns from the last. In the grand picture, Tesla's entry into housing could reshape entire industries. Construction, energy, and real estate are all poised for disruption. If homes can be mass-produced like cars, assembled in hours, and sold globally through an app, the ripple effect could be enormous. It might democratize homeownership in ways governments and banks never could. For millions priced out of the traditional market, the Tesla tiny house represents a beacon, not of luxury, but of possibility. For all its brilliance, the Tesla tiny house is not a miracle cure. It carries its own set of trade-offs, and Tesla, to its credit, doesn't shy away from them. Musk himself described it as a living prototype, an evolving experiment in sustainable minimalism. That honesty makes the story more human. and perhaps more believable. Because in the end, what Tesla offers isn't perfection. It's progress. Maintenance is the most immediate reality check. Despite the reinforced steel and composite panels, time always leaves its mark. The surfaces can fade under prolonged sunlight, seals might loosen after years of expansion and contraction, and the flooring, though durable, can wear in high-traffic areas. Tesla estimates that every 20 years, major maintenance may be required. Compared to the century lifespan of a traditional house, that sounds short. But in context, the Tesla tiny house isn't meant to be a static monument. It's a living machine. Components can be replaced, upgraded, or recycled, much like parts in an electric vehicle. The goal isn't permanence, it's evolution. Thermal comfort is another subtle challenge. Because of its compact size, the house reacts quickly to temperature swings. A sunny afternoon can warm it up fast, and a cold night can bring a noticeable chill. The insulation system, efficient though it is, can't defy physics. Tesla's engineers address this by integrating smart ventilation, reflective coatings, and adaptive HVAC systems that adjust airflow automatically. But in extreme climates, supplementary insulation or portable climate aids might still be necessary. In short, the house is efficient, but not magical. Then there's the matter of space, or rather, the lack of it. 2 people can live comfortably inside, but 3 may start to feel crowded, and 4 might test patience. The open-plan design, while elegant, also exposes everything. The bed, the kitchen, the workspace, all within arm's reach. Privacy becomes a luxury. Conversations, noises, even routines blend together. It's a reminder that minimalism requires not just smaller furniture, but also bigger understanding. Tesla doesn't present this as a flaw, but as a lifestyle choice. The company's promotional material celebrates the intimacy and simplicity of small living. A home that keeps you close to what matters. And yet, it's easy to imagine challenges. Video calls overlapping with cooking, guests sleeping in the same space as morning routines, or simply missing the sensation of walking through separate rooms. For those used to spacious suburban homes, adjustment takes time. That adjustment, though, is part of the appeal. Living small forces clarity. It asks you to define what you truly need and discard what you don't. In a Tesla tiny house, every item you own has to earn its place. There's no attic for forgotten boxes, no garage for someday hobbies. It's not just physical downsizing, it's mental decluttering. People who've tried it often describe a paradoxical sense of expansion. Less space, but more freedom. With fewer possessions, there's less to maintain, less to clean, and less to worry about. What remains is time, the rarest luxury of all. This philosophical shift is what makes the Tesla tiny house more than just a real estate product. It's a mirror reflecting the anxieties of modern life and a possible path out. The traditional narrative of success has long been tied to size. Bigger homes, bigger cars, bigger loans. But Musk's proposal turns that logic inside out. What if success meant less debt, less waste, less constraint? What if freedom wasn't about ownership, but mobility? The ability to live anywhere, sustainably, without compromise. Imagine a young couple, recently out of college, facing the impossible arithmetic of urban rent. Or a retiree looking to downsize without losing independence. Or a remote worker who dreams of living closer to nature without disconnecting from the world. For them, the Tesla tiny house isn't a fantasy. It's a viable reality. For under $10,000, less than the down payment on most apartments, they can own a fully functional home powered by sunlight and data. That's not just affordability. That's empowerment. Tesla's model also disrupts the traditional idea of permanence. Homes no longer have to be bound to one location. You can set up your house near the mountains for a year, then move it closer to the coast the next. With the structure's modular and transportable nature, moving no longer means abandoning. It means adapting. In a way, Tesla has reinvented nomadism for the modern age. Mobility without sacrifice, sustainability without limitation. And yet, beneath the technology, there's something deeply emotional about this concept. The Tesla tiny house invites people to rethink not just how they live, but why. It's about reconnecting with the essentials: light, air, space, and energy, the elements that make a place feel like home. Its design may be futuristic, but its spirit is almost ancient. Shelter, simplicity, and self-sufficiency. Still, Tesla's engineers are quick to temper expectations. They admit that living small isn't a universal solution to the housing crisis. It won't replace urban high-rises or suburban family homes. What it offers instead is an alternative, a new category between the mobile camper and the permanent house. For some, it'll be a vacation home. For others, a full-time dwelling. But for many, it could be a stepping stone, a gateway to home ownership in an economy where owning anything at all feels increasingly out of reach. Musk envisions entire communities built around this principle. Imagine clusters of Tesla tiny houses arranged around shared gardens, powered by interconnected microgrids, each unit generating and sharing energy like cells in a living organism. These communities could spring up in deserts, forests, or post-industrial lands, anywhere sunlight reaches. It's a vision that aligns perfectly with Tesla's long-term mission, to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, not just through cars and batteries, but through the very roofs over our heads. That's the grand picture. But let's zoom back to the personal. What does it feel like to live in a Tesla tiny house? Owners who have participated in the early trials describe it as liberating, but also humbling. The space demands mindfulness. You can't buy impulsively. You have to consider where every new item will go. You can't hoard, but you can curate. Cooking becomes an act of ritual, compact, but intentional. Cleaning takes minutes, not hours. There's a strange joy in efficiency, in knowing that every system, from your lights to your water, runs on your own energy. You're not just living in a house. You're part of a feedback loop of sustainability. Financially, the impact is undeniable. Without rent or mortgage payments, homeowners free up significant portions of income. That money can fund travel, hobbies, or savings. For the first time, ownership doesn't come with debt. It comes with relief. It's a powerful emotional shift from surviving to living. And perhaps that's why the Tesla tiny house sparks so much curiosity. It's not just about architecture or technology. It's about hope. Hope for a lifestyle that's lighter, cleaner, and freer. Hope that innovation can solve not just luxury problems, but human ones. The need for safety, dignity, and belonging. Still, Musk being Musk, he ends with a challenge. In his words, "We've built cars that run on sunlight, batteries that power cities, and rockets that reach Mars. But the hardest challenge is right here, how we live on Earth." The Tesla tiny house is his answer to that challenge. Small, humble, but quietly revolutionary. So as the video fades out, maybe the real question isn't whether people will live in homes like this, but when. Would you? Could you trade square footage for freedom, comfort for clarity, excess for essence? If you could spend a day inside a Tesla tiny house, what would you try first? Maybe brewing coffee with solar energy, or watching the sunset from your own off-grid paradise. And what would your biggest worry be? The space, the solitude, or the silence? Let us know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Would you dare to live small if it meant living free? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more stories about the future of living, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss the next revolution. Because the next home you own might not be built from bricks, but from ideas.